Selden LLC allows all employees to cultivate ownership, accountability, and alignment with organizational goals by completing an annual self assessment. These self assessments are the perfect time to reflect on your strengths and weaknesses, celebrate accomplishments, and set goals for continued career growth. Today, we'll be discussing preparing for your self assessment, the employee performance review process, goal setting and monitoring, preparing for your annual review meeting, and then finally, tips for preparing for your next review. Take some time to prepare yourself prior to writing your self assessment. This will allow you to gather your thoughts around what went well over the past year, what goals you met or exceeded, and even the areas that might need more of your focus next year. A good place to start is your last review. Pulling your last review can be done easily in UKG. You'll simply click on Myself, Jobs, Reviews, and then look in History. And then ask yourself, did you meet the goals that you set for yourself or that were set for you? Now, if this is your first review with Selden LLC, reflect on what those expectations were back when you were hired earlier this year. And consider how your goals have aligned with the organization's goals. Have you exceeded these? This is also a great time to review your job description. The Employee Annual Performance Review process is going to kick off with a notification from UKG Pro when your self evaluation or assessment is ready for you. You can access your new review by logging into UKG Pro and clicking on Myself, Jobs, and Reviews. Your review will appear in the In Process section. You can complete your review at once or you can take it in sections. You'll click the green button on the right side of the screen to begin, and then simply rate yourself using the listed rating definitions. During your self assessment, be sure to add comments. This is your time to convey all of the details of your year's successes. When you're complete, click Save and Close. If you want to summarize or make additional comments, you can add them to the overall comments section. Once you're done, click the green button at the bottom of the review summary screen, and your supervisor will receive your self review. They will then begin their portion and then will shortly reach out to you to set an appointment to meet with you to discuss the annual review before it's submitted. As you begin your self review, you will be rating yourself on a set of competencies based upon your role. If you are a corporate employee, you will have the following competencies based on communication, core values, quality orientation, self management, and teamwork. If you are an office personnel, your competencies will revolve around accountability, communication, customer focus, quality orientation, and teamwork. If you're a part of our amazing service staff, your competencies will be around customer focus, problem solving, quality orientation, safety mindedness, and teamwork. Here you can see that we're starting with a competency based around communication. So I might ask myself, do I receive and convey oral and written information that's easy to understand, grammatically correct, timely, and professional? I would use the drop down under my name to score myself accordingly, and then type in my comments that would provide the facts and figures that tie back to that competency. Let's break down these competency ratings so we have a better understanding of them. A 4-star rating would mean that you're exceeding expectations. This means that the objectives are achieved in a manner that exceeded the plan. It also means that you're often going beyond the basic requirements and that you take initiative that often adds value. Now, a 3-star rating would mean that you're meeting expectations. It means that the objective was met and that you're producing acceptable work and that you're performing at an expected level of proficiency, competence, and timeliness. It means that you're occasionally taking the initiative to go above and beyond what's required. Now, a 2-star rating would mean that development is required. This means that the overall performance does not consistently meet established job responsibilities or goals within the job level. It also means that performance usually meets expectations. However, the need for further development and improvement is clearly recognized. And then a 1-star rating would mean unsatisfactory. This would mean that the overall performance is repeatedly or consistently below the minimum requirements expected within that job level. Now that we have a better understanding of the competencies, it's time to get ready to write our self assessment. So, again, preparing for your self assessment, this is going to allow you some time to gather the data on your goals for the year. It's also going to allow you some time to plan for your writing your review and adding in those comments about all pertinent items. So, we want you to talk about the successes, but also be transparent about the challenges that you faced. Here are some quick tips to keep in mind when you're ready to start writing your self assessment. Make a list of your positive attributes. Listing positive attributes, unique qualities, and professional skills that you possess helps define the areas in which you shine. Reflect on special accomplishments as well. Include facts and figures to show the impact of those efforts. And be specific in your results. You want to inform the reader or your supervisor of what these meant for your team and for you. And then rationalize the results. Explain how you came to achieve that success. Describe the responsibilities and the problem solving efforts that you had to initiate. Reflect on your mistakes and your challenges. This is a great time to frame these as opportunities for improvement. And close with opportunities to grow and goals that you'll work to achieve. We want you to mention opportunities that you wish to pursue in the future and show that you take your career seriously and that you're excited about your professional future at Selden LLC. Annual reviews are the perfect time to set new goals to keep you moving along your career path. Sharing your goals with your supervisor will allow them to collaborate with you to help you monitor your progress. Now, did you know that only 17% of people are goal setting rock stars? That means 83% of people have no goals, no plans, and are simply going through the motions. So, if 83% of people don't set goals, yet those that do are 10 times more likely to be successful in work and at life, it is pretty easy to be ahead of the pack. So, writing down your goals makes you 42% more likely to achieve them. So, let's set ourselves up for success and set some goals, and let's write them down in our reviews. When setting new goals, they should be smart, specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and time based. Once you've completed all of your comments and ratings, we want you to go back through and make a quick review. You'll note the average competency rating at the bottom of the page, and then once your supervisor completes their portion, their rating will also show down here. Now, remember that I said that you could do your self assessment in pieces or you could do it all at once. So, while you're writing your review, you can save your progress by clicking save at the top right corner of the page. If you click save and close, you'll be taken to the page where you can actually submit your review to your supervisor. So, you'll still be able to edit the review. You can just go back and click the edit button. But while you're performing the self assessment, you'll want to just use the save button. If you would hit the Save and Close button instead of just Save, you will be brought here to the review summary. Here you can see that I've completed my competencies with the green check mark. My employee rating is a 3, that I'm meeting expectations. And if I should need to go in there and go do one more review or complete a section, I can simply click the Edit button from here to go back into my self assessment. Now, let's say that I've completed all of my ratings and all of my comments. I've gone back in and I've looked at my review just one more time to make sure I'm ready to send it. I would hit save and close and I would be brought to this page. And instead of hitting edit, I would hit the send button at the bottom by the blue arrow here. And that would go on to my supervisor so they can go in and complete their assessment. Now that we've submitted our review to our supervisor, you may want to print a copy so you can reference your notes during your discussion. Your supervisor is going to call to set a time with you to discuss your review. And keep an open mind and grant the assumption of goodwill because your leader is invested in your success. And they will have some suggestions to help bring you even more successes in this next year. Here's the 2024 Employee Annual Review timeline. The period for employee self review will be November 1st through the 15th. All employee self reviews should be turned into their manager by November 15th. The manager review period will then be November 18th through December 13th. And then due as final will be January 10th. This means that all review meetings should be held and reviews should be fully executed in UKG no later than January 10th. Here's some quick tips to get ready for your next review. Set calendar invites for yourself each quarter to reflect on your progress on goals. Review your employee assessment each quarter to help you stay on track. Note successes with facts and figures so you'll remember to include them on your next assessment at the end of the year. And note any challenges that you encountered and how these were resolved. Remember to tie your ego to the whole, mention team successes and goals.